Greetings, YouTube. Today I'd like to talk about drill presses, and in particular, something I saw about drill presses on YouTube recently. I was watching a video where someone was talking about drill press hacks and safety, and the person was correct that when you're attempting to use a drill press as a mill drawing, trying to make a lateral slot in something, your drill press doesn't like that because the drill head is only held in with pressure. So now don't do that. But if you want to drill parallel line, I mean inline holes you could do that. You could drill a straight hole, index it over, drill a straight hole. If you've got the kind of a vise that has the ability to move back and forth or side to side, which I do. So that's perfectly fine. But yeah, you try to make slots. I gave it a shot. Did not work well. I was able to salvage the project. But one thing he said, which kind of irked me, is gloves. He said that you should never wear gloves. Well, here's the thing. I agree with him and I don't agree with him. I agree with him if you're talking about these. This is a fabric glove. This is an artificial fabric glove. It's some kind of artificial fiber. I'm not sure what. This is from work. I bring these home on the weekends. I wash them and I bring them back. So long as it doesn't have grease or a hole, I keep wearing it. I can get 3 or 4 weeks out of one of these. Until it finally gives out, toss it, put a new one on. I don't believe in wasting things. However, if you want to wear something like this or a leather glove, you're good. Why? Well, a drill bit has the important bit is literally is on the tip. That's the part that's doing the cutting. But the rest of the bit is a spiral. And the spiral, as well as the tip, can grab a piece of fiber like this, and it will literally pull your hand in. Now, I have worked in manufacturing for 41 years, and I have been giving instructions to people who were running drill presses. And at the time, we didn't have gloves that were safe to use with a drill press. So I told people, don't wear gloves. And invariably, someone would, and every once in a while, someone would get their hand drawn right into a drill bit. That's messy. Okay, you're going to get injured, maybe severely. All right. Also, don't wear flappy sleeves or things that could get caught as well. But this kind of glove is not going to get grabbed by that drill bit. You'd have to grab the drill bit with this glove for it to catch. I don't recommend that. Or leather gloves are the same way. Now, why do I wear this? Now, when I run a drill press, I don't put a glove on my right hand. My right hand's doing this. I don't need a glove on my right hand. Okay, the right hand's doing things like uh, moving stuff around, or making adjustments and such, or sometimes I'll tap something to get it in line. I guess I'm right-handed. But my left hand, I wear one of these, or even something even more severe. I think this is an A1 cut resistance. Yeah, this is like the most basic level of cut resistance. Yeah, so this is a 1. Pardon me. So not much cut resistance, but significantly more cut resistance than this. And I don't wear rings in the shop either. So when everyone tells me that, these do not leave. I take these off. In fact, if I walk in my shop to go do something, like just to grab something real quick, and I have rings on, my hands start to feel weird. Don't wear rings when you're in your shop. Um, so this is going to get cut in a way that this won't, because I handle sharp metal all the time. In fact, I have A5 level gloves specifically because there are times when I literally have to handle sharpened edges, because there is no way around not handling a sharpened edge when I'm doing certain sharpening tasks. Because I'm doing an odd shape object, there's absolutely no way for me to sharpen the second or third or fourth or fifth edge on the object without requiring something like this, because I'm holding a sharp thing. But when it comes to drilling holes, I'm often working with thin metal. Okay, stuff that's, it's 10 gauge, maybe an eighth inch thick. It varies. And that stuff, if it catches the drill bit, even if you've got it clamped down, and this can happen, will spin on you. And you don't want a naked hand involved in that. You want to get out of the way if you can, but if you can't, or you're supporting something that's large, and even if you have an outrigger acting as an external support, you still want something like this when you're holding that thin metal and you're doing a drilling operation. Okay, when possible, I clamp things in two places and I use support if it's a large object. That doesn't mean nothing will ever move on you. And for me, this has saved my skin so many times. I have lost count of the number of times a simple pair of, grade A1 level of cut resistance has saved me from serious injury. In fact, these things normally wear out because I'll burn holes through the back using an angle grinder. And eventually there will be a hole that's like the entire size of the back of my hand. That's when I toss it and I get another one. Um, so just because someone gives you a blanket statement that says, don't wear gloves while using a drill press, that is correct if they're talking about stuff like this. Do not use fabric of any kind near anything that has a rotary motion, a saw, a drill press, an angle grinder, nothing. Okay? But if you're going to be using something like this when you're using a saw or an angle grinder or a drill press, things I do every weekend, and I use these when I'm operating an angle grinder, they're not going to endanger you. That's my solid opinion after having worked in this manufacturing for 41 years and having had a shop of my own for and using angle grinders for like 15. Okay, I'm not as experienced as some folks are, but I'm working with drill presses for 41 years. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to rotary tools, and I firmly believe that that kind of a glove can save your skin, literally save your skin. Whereas this one can strip it off your fingers. Don't use these. These are dangerous. I don't work with rotary tools at my job, so I can wear these quite nicely because they're heat resistant. That's what I need, heat resistance. Um, so yeah, sometimes gloves are safe, sometimes they aren't. Be smart enough to know which situation you find yourself in and pick the right glove.